How's everybody doing? The other day I did a review of an Anderson trigger. As you can see, I have it right here. I don't think I really did a very good review on it, but I was just trying to hurry up because I needed to actually put my trigger together so I could go shoot. Anyway, uh, I'll try to do a little bit better today. So I guess you'd call this one Anderson review 2.0. Anyway, it is an Anderson trigger, made in Hebron, Kentucky, made in the USA. Stainless steel trigger, CNC machined. They're not crap like this. This is a mil-spec, and I just don't like them. They're not milled at all. I don't know exactly how they're made. They're kind of like stamped, but I know they're cheap and they're junk, but they work, but you really want to go with a bobbed hammer is your best way to go. Number one is it's lighter, significantly better. Anderson could have shipped it better in a better packaging than what they did. They shipped it in a little plastic bag, all this crammed together in a little plastic bag. And it took a little bit of beating that you see here, a little bit of nicks here and there. But for the price, I'm not complaining. Go to Anderson Manufacturing and you see what I'm talking about. Pretty good for just a standard mil-spec upgrade. Like I said, it's better than a standard mil-spec. It is stainless steel, pretty nicely done. CNC milled or machined, however you want to word it. It did take a little bit, got some markings on it, but a little rough factory, shipping markings. Nothing to worry about. You can see the sear surfaces are really nice. I mean, for it being a mil-spec trigger, I'm pretty impressed, But that's not saying a lot. But you can take your nails across right here, and you can feel the sear surfaces. They have just really light machining. You can probably see it right here. I don't know if I can get it where you can actually see, and you can run your nail across it, and you can just feel those machining marks. But they're not gouged or nothing like that. They look good and even. They are in the right direction. They're not cross marked or anything like that. They are milled in the direction that it will work. Probably nothing. Probably take a little bit of 600 grit sandpaper and then take them machining marks out and then maybe buff it up with some 2000, and boy, that ought to be a pretty smooth trigger. But like I said, the reason I done it, the reason I purchased it, should I say, is because I plan on building a better version, I guess you could say, of a mil-spec trigger. I got this. It's a Bull Moose Tactical flat trigger. And I mean, man, this is nice for the money. I paid more for this trigger than what I paid for the Anderson trigger kit, and it's still a little bit to be desired, for the money that I give for the Bull Moose, you would think they could have at least polished the machining down. I mean, but it's not bad. It don't have near the machining marks that the Anderson does. It still needs to be cleaned up. I have already used this, so you can see right here, some of the marks right there where it's been making contact. Should be able to see one right there, another piece right there. It's not making smooth contact with this is the hammer that I was using. But you can look here and you can see on this hammer that it's not even straight across. It's kind of done at an angle. But it worked. I wasn't really complaining. See, can you see it right there where it's been kind of milled at an angle? That's why I want to get rid of it. And man, I mean, it's probably had, I don't know, I say anywhere between 300 and 500 rounds put through it. And, you know, with just this hammer right here, it's junk. So I needed to replace it. I didn't have much of a choice there. It's not very smooth, gritty, you know. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, this is a bull moose flat face trigger, which I love the flat face, but you can't hardly get just the trigger itself that's flat face. You know, there's very limited options out there, and I mean very few. Unless somebody knows of something I don't, feel free to comment about it, where, you know, you can get a good cheap mil-spec replacement, just the trigger itself. But like I said, I think it's nice, and I paid more for this than I did for that. But what I'm going to do, and I'll hurry up and I'll try to explain that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and this, and, well, I'll probably use this one since it's new, but I don't know, this one's kind of broke in. I like it. You know, and I got some lighter springs that I got from Nick Taylor. Supposed to drop it down a few more pounds, you know. And then I'll take the creep out and everything with this thing right here. What this is one of them adjustment screws that you put in your handle right there to take the slack out. What it does is, when you put it in your handle and tighten it up right there, it takes in it, and it'll actually kind of push up on that just a little bit. But what it'll do is it'll take that creep out of it, you know, or that yeah, I guess that's the only way you can word it, is take that creep out of it. But I'm hoping, and this is my honest to God, they do make a speed hammer, Bull Moose does. It's a little bit nicer version of this right here, basically, but from what I can see, it's pretty much the same thing. And I got this way cheaper than that. The hammer at Bull Moose cost more than the trigger did. And like I said, this one trigger cost more than the Anderson stainless steel trigger kit cost altogether. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to use these. I'm going to put this on here, put that on there. You know, obviously, blah, blah, blah. You should know this already. Unless you don't, then maybe you learned something. Well, hopefully, when I get it all cleaned up, smoothed up a little bit, this makes for a relatively fast trigger. I mean, everything lines up nice and good right there. You can see how clean, you know, all the marks line up. So I don't see why this won't work. If not, then I guess I'll have to be forced to buy the Bull Moose hammer, you know. But anyway, you guys try it and see what you think. When I get it done, if I'm lucky, I'll go to the range and I'll shoot some with it right there, and I'll show it to you. You guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you want. Goodbye.